What's up, guys? We're here with the one and only Pepper in their rehearsal studio in Orange County. How you guys doing today?
Great.
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. It's always nice to be in Orange County. I'm sure you guys know that.
Yes, sunny Southern California.
So how does it feel to be back in the studio, recording your first album in 5 years now?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, technically, we're learning how to play our first album in 5 years.
Right.
Currently,
Rehearsal
right
studio
now.
rehearsal.
Yeah. But the whole process, including this, learning the songs and having them take on their own life as a live entity.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's all been amazing. And like you said, 5 years.
It's been a long time. So
5 years is 5 years. Like $20 is $20.
Yeah. Even when you like people say that it keeps moving faster and faster the older you get, it's still 5 years.
Yeah.
right. So what have you guys been up to for the 5-year hiatus?
Well, there was that whole thing after the 90s. Drinking. Mostly drinking, I think, for that 5 years. Couple surf trips. What'd you guys do?
But we did release an EP against his more popular belief.
Right,
The Stitches EP, 2010.
Oh, okay.
So,
4 songs.
yes.
Hey, 4 is 4.
Yeah.
Hey! It's a great number.
4 songs, 5 years.
Well, no matter how you look at $20, 5 years is 5 years. 4 songs
It's valuable. No,
is 4 songs.
right. We did that one. It was important. We actually wanted to get comfortable before we jumped back in the studio to make the full length. It was kind of our
Sure.
attempt to make it on our own. I just put that anywhere. I told you the drinking problem is maybe another 6 years. There's 12 steps. There's 12 steps.
We'll try to get to them today.
Here, use this. So we went in there and we built our own kind of mini studio and brought our own stuff in and kind of stayed. Didn't invite anyone's help as far as like some of the mentors. We've learned some stuff from other producers, and we just got in there and like bit the bullet and like this is how 101 how you want to record music and what do you want to do and okay, that sucks, start over, but did it ourselves. So
That's
what
awesome.
Stitch
I know
was
all
on.
our fans are excited to hear some new Pepper, and
Yeah,
I am as well. How's your guys' personal relationship been over the past 5 years?
but the three of us.
The 3 of you guys, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good journey right there. Yeah. Part of the time that we took off that after what was our last album before that?
2008. Pink Crustacean.
Jeez, okay. That was the beginning of the breaking of the old school kind of way we did things. We used to just do 250 shows a year when we came over and like just would say yes to every opportunity. Warped Tour, sick. Okay, we just got off another tour. Oh, we're gonna do it anyway. Oh, you have to build the stage to play. Okay, sick. We'll do that. Okay, cool. I mean, any punk rock club anywhere, and he played with any tour, any kind of style of music. It didn't matter. We just said yes and kept our heads down and kept working, and developed a really cool fan base who. That's everything to us. That's why we do it, and that's how we're able to do it. And
That's what kept us going the 5 years.
the whole year, absolutely. And so once we did that, we looked up at one point, and we were just completely burned out. We hadn't taken any breaks, any time for ourselves,
Yeah.
and we were just kind of like, it was time to kind of do something. So after we made that album, we shouldn't have made that album. We should have taken some time off and then made that album, but we did, and we kept on rolling, and we burnt our fuse out. And that started the breaking point where we took some time, and that's the part of the 5 years was spent getting the hell away from each other, only to fall in love again and come back.
Sure, man, and that's great to hear that you guys are back together.
Romance.
The ultimate bromance from Pepper here. We've caught the first couple singles that you guys have been playing around. Fuck Around has got a lot of buzz, specifically on YouTube with that awesome video. I'm sure that one was fun to film.
It was a closed set.
Which video?
It was an unclothed closed set.
See that? 5
years.
$20.
25.
5 years, no video.
But yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. So
Good times.
it does kind of emit a new style from you guys that we're not used to hearing. Is that an indicator of what we're going to hear on the new album?
There's a bunch of everything on the new album. You know what I mean? It's just the next, like you say, 5 years is 5 years. You know
Just
what I
the
mean?
next progression.
A lot happens to any kind of whatever it is. You know what I mean? Whether you're a person or a business or a band or whatever. So yeah, it's just where I think we're at right now, I guess you could say.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to say it. It's like an accurate account of where we are. All the songs on the album, it rings true. You're going to have like a transitional period for some people who like, oh yeah, you guys should have just done Kona Town Part 2. it'd be lying. It's not,
Yeah.
you know, that's not what we were really, I mean, yeah, of course, that's definitely like, it's a diary entry. That whole album is a diary entry of where we were at in 2002. But if you don't, you know, be honest as far as the art's concerned, then everyone loses.
Yeah, and that's
It really does. I mean, you lose, and your fans ultimately lose as well.
it's tough to make every fan happy, but
Oh,
we're
yeah.
we're excited for it nonetheless.
The only way to fail is to try to make everyone happy.
Yeah.
That's a surefire way.
So what kind of fan feedback have you guys gotten so far on Honey Girl and Fuck Around?
Honestly, some mixed reviews, and you know, it's one of those things where it's like you totally have to understand. It's just, you know, the audience is they haven't heard the songs as much as you have. You know, it's been 5 years since we've released something, so there's a little transitional period that they're going to have to work out with themselves.
Definitely.
As far as like, okay, this is where they're at. I don't know if I like this or not, but I guess I just have to listen to it more, and that's completely understandable.
Yeah.
See, we've had the luxury of writing the songs and listening to them for the last year.
Mm-hmm.
So we're already, I mean, these songs to us are old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, you know, playing them is not old in any way. But I mean, these songs we've worked up, and we've known these songs for a long time. Now it's just going to be like a little catch up for people to.
Sure, everyone's just got to listen through it a few
times. To let
times
it sink in too.
Definitely.
And not only that, you know, like Yasad just said, the album covers, you know, a lot of musical landscapes. So, you know, Fuck Around and Honey Girl are two of the landscapes that we're proud of on the record, and we're proud of the whole record, which is really nice to be.
That's good. I can't wait to hear it. And it is self-titled. Is there any relevance in the self-title?
I think for just the sense of that, we haven't, you know, it's like I don't know. We always say like between us, it's like the 2.0 Pepper. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The next generation, the next chapter, whatever you want to call it. So I don't know, just kind of going along with the whole thing that this is where we're at right now. This is who we are, kind of thing. And we've never had a self-titled album. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it kind of encapsulates the whole coming out party, if you will.
Definitely. And you guys have definitely dabbled in both rock, reggae, these kind of crossover genres. Would you say you're trying to create a new sound, like you said, Pepper 2.0, or sticking with one or the other?
No, I don't think so at all. I think no, I've never ever before wanted to listen to one of our albums after it's done, because you hear it so much. Nobody does. I mean, or normally you don't. That's not something you do. You've heard it completely naked. You heard it only as a body of work. You've heard just the toenail. You've heard all the way to the film dress, everything. Mm-hmm. And yeah, self-titled is to me, it's easily our best album. There's no, it's a no-brainer in the way that we didn't do anything or change a style or anything. Once you guys hear the album, you're like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you've ever listened to any other Pepper music, but I mean, there's been albums where we've had like goddamn country tunes or old school heavy metal talking about, you know, with like, I can't even think of the state of mind we're at going back there. We're just having fun. That was a snapshot then. This is more like, oh, we have some time and oh, sick. This is fun. I actually listen to it every day. Getting acquainted again, kind of, because you have to take a little break, but I've never listened to it so much and enjoyed listening to it. This is the first Pepper album I'll be like, sick. Oh, we should put on some Pepper, you know, dance around naked a little bit. I've never done that before, and I really just enjoy listening to it. I have nothing more to say than like, oh, it's great. No, I like it. I actually like it a lot.
And not to mention how it just breathes life into all the other, like, old songs too and whatnot that we're getting ready for the tour coming up in fall. So
Good.
you know,
So,
all the excitement, the inspiration and everything.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
What are some of your influences on this album, if any, if it's not just your previous work?
Oh, no. I mean, yeah. This is really difficult. Exactly. It's
a broad question.
It's a great question. But I mean, it's just like influences. I mean, home is a big influence. The three of us getting our act together is a big influence. Working with a new team, and that's an influence in itself too. Musically, I mean, there's always that music that you grow up listening to and you always love, and then there's new music that you find. It may be older than you from a different generation, and you just find it, and then all of a sudden it hits you. It's like, wow, you know, it's like it's like some kid, and I don't want to, pull it out like this, but just imagine he's not a hipster finding Frank Sinatra or something like that. You know what I mean? And somewhere on Spotify or Pandora, and it's just, you get influenced all the time. And so I think the most important part for us as far as an influence on the album would just be just the fact of being influenced by what makes you feel good. And this album, like Brett said, makes us feel good.
For sure. And not to mention too, we definitely took a long time making it to make sure it was right, so we went through a lot of years. We went through, yeah, for sure. But
$20.
But even like I'm saying, how like in the middle of recording it though, we went on the Sublime with Rome tour. Okay, let's go on this tour. So I mean, it's like we got inspired by new people we met. Yes. You know what I mean? Like Be Real and all like the Cypress Hill Boys and all that. So
and those years in between, or the 5 years, we took a lot of personal time. We took a lot of separate time, but we were also like reconnecting and all that songwriting we did. There's like 1 million songs that got written during that time that may never see the light of day, that aren't on the album, or maybe they'll be on the next album, or maybe they're just dead. But it doesn't matter, because that was a fun part of the process. So when you're saying inspired, it was inspiring to like really sit down and write together. We never wrote actual music together before either. That was something, believe it or not, we'd never done that before until Stitches. We'd always been like, hey, I wrote this, the other day when we got off tour. Here, check it out. Let's learn it and we'll jam it and put it on the record. Instead of like, can you help make this not suck? Help me make this not suck.
So it sounds like it's going to be an epic culmination of 5 years of everything Pepper's done.
Either that, or we're just going to be really happy with it, the three of us. So we're winning.
Always winning. So what should we take away from the album after we hear it? What's one thing you want your audience to take away from it?
Have fun with it. First of all, have fun with it.
Of course.
Understand that this is just a band. We're here because we're lucky enough to be, and we get to do this together, and we've been doing this together for a frighteningly long time. I think '97 was our first appearance as Pepper.
That was when I was 5 years old.
And wow, don't date us like that. 5 years old, $20. But it's, to bring into perspective too, it's like on my way through hellish traffic up here, I was so thankful that I get to come up here and do it. I still feel like that.
It's awesome to just have people know who you are for such a long time, and to have released such killer records that you have. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, and don't get me wrong, I love all of our other records because they're like accounts of what we were going through at the time. I love all of the life that we lived. Mm-hmm. And this is just, a new entry. Yeah. This is the current one. And so it's like, snapshot. Sick. Yeah.
For sure. So awesome, guys. So Pepper's going to be out. It's coming out on Def Jam Island now, right? Is it being co-released with Law?
Yeah, Law Records.
That's awesome. So
Island Def Jam, September 3rd.
Why don't we talk about a little bit about signing with Island Def Jam? How did that come about?
That was like we were releasing it on our own, like we did with the last couple releases, and F around, fuck around, whatever you will, mess around, something all up and down, all around,
something around.
Thankfully, it did well the first week. It came out on alternative radio and stuff. So, with like Clay was saying, the new team we're with, they're like, a bunch of people are calling, everyone's calling, but it seems like Island's like super like
they're on top of it.
They actually seem like they care. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like we've been through pretty much every experience you could think of with like indie labels and major labels and like getting shelved and all this. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. So they just, we met with them and it just, it felt good. And I think that's kind of what, and it was, like you said, it's, we're still like Law Records is still involved. You'll see it, of course, like on everywhere and it'll be ever present. But, yeah, kind of, I mean, I guess organically it happened, right? Cause it wasn't like we were like shopping the record around necessarily, Sure. It's like it happened super organically, and that seems to be always the best way for things.
That's
so
awesome.
Yeah.
What happened was they were shopping for the single. They heard it.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Like, oh, okay. And it wasn't just them. And that's really encouraging. It's like, oh, okay, sick, cool. I think we're doing something on the right track then.
That's huge. And did they get you on Jimmy Kimmel?
Yeah, I don't. It was
Team
like
effort, maybe.
we've been trying to get on Jimmy Kimmel for like a while, and always like we were supposed to be on it, and then we weren't, whatever. But yeah, it was. I mean, it was a culmination of a bunch of things. It's like
Team effort.
yeah, it definitely wasn't like because I mean that's the whole thing. It's like you're not going to sign to a record label and all of a sudden like oh cool you're famous now and like
Right.
you know what I mean. There's like so much hard work ahead of anyone that signs to any label whatever. But so. I don't know. It was definitely a culmination of many things, and like Cleo said, the song, them liking the song and just liking the vibe and whatnot. So
a little bit more about Law Records. You want to tell me how that started?
yeah, it started with my dad actually had a band back in the '80s.
Mm-hmm.
He released his album on Law Records. The name of the band was Law. Yeah,
and that's awesome. And which
is the same logo. We ripped the logo. We ripped the logo off.
All right.
We've been doing that about years. Jeans. Yeah.
So we were kind of digging in previous interviews with you guys, and we found one where you said that you would, once you became good enough musicians, you would have some interest in reproducing the first Law album.
Where they wrote that? They can't write that.
A long way off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Off that hook.
All right, maybe another 5 years.
Hey, all members are still around from the Law. If we got them back together
that'd be pretty.
and re-recorded it, maybe that would.
Well, that is something we definitely want to do. So for sure.
I look forward to that a lot.
Everything comes around full circle. You know what I mean? Like that could be a #1 album. And
We are going to have to dress like them, though. That's a fact.
Yeah.
So in order to stamp that, well, yeah.
Just like and pay some royalties.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. I mean, the stud industry is going to go out of business once we hit that. Wardrobe's going to be ridiculous.
All right, you guys. So you're gonna be starting off your new tour in New York in a couple weeks now. Is there any spots that you look forward to playing on this tour?
Let's see.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, there's tons.
It changes. We have this saying where when you start getting on a roll and you have some good shows in a certain place, like a million years ago, it was, what did we love? We loved like Colorado. For some reason, it just impacted us.
There was Florida, then there was like Seattle.
What we'd say it was like, okay, the shows in Colorado. Wow, these people love music. Whatever, you get in the vibe with it. You start enjoying the things that are up in that area a lot and hanging out doing that. You're like, that's amazing. And then you fall in love with Texas, and you're like, oh my God, Texas is the new Colorado.
And there'd always be the new.
Rolls into the next
Sure.
thing. Oh my God, Florida's the new Texas, and just on and on and on. So there's experiences. I can't wait to get on tour and just do some wild shit.
It has been a while, so who knows what the next
I don't know.
is going to be.
It's been 5 years.
So the last stop on the tour is San Diego. We're based out of San Diego. Can we party with you guys?
San Diego will be a giant party for all. Yeah. And hopefully we can have like our own Pepper Mardi Gras there.
So
Let's shut the streets down for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And the house it's only one night, right?
it's one night House of Blues.
And that's even better because then we can really set it off right.
Yeah.
We'll see. So
Right. What's the date on that?
John got
It's
the
like
date.
the 18th or something, October 18th.
I'm not sure.
Oh, not in.
Yeah.
Well, how about we just stay there till Halloween?
Yeah, we'll dress up for the show. And
So it's going to be a big party in San Diego. Who's the biggest lightweight out of the three of you guys?
Oh, drinking, drugs, fucking, what?
I'd say a culmination of all of it.
That's it really depends on the day.
we usually like attack things as a power trio, so
Okay.
you know.
So you're a team effort.
Yeah.
All right, guys. You've been listening to me talk with Pepper here at the rehearsal studios in Orange County. Thank you so much for listening. Be sure to share this video on Facebook, whatever platform you people frequent.
You people. Yeah, you.
Whoa.
Not you people.
They can't.
Positive.
You
They can't say that?
You lovely humans.
Where'd they say that?
Be sure to share this video for your chance to win a free pair of Boom headphones. And thank you guys once again for talking to us.
Right on. Thank you, brothers.
Thank you, man.
All right.
So what is going on here?
That's my money.